Welcome everyone, join us today as we celebrate the life and legacy of Tina Charles, one of Britain's most distinctive voices and a defining sound of the disco era, with hit songs like I Love to Love. So let's dive in. Tina Charles, born Tina Hoskins on the 10th of March 1954, in Whitechapel, London, England. Born to father Charles Hoskins, a Shakespearean actor, and mother Hilda, a clinic administrator, Tina also had a brother Warren, who would later serve as her tour manager during her peak touring years. At just a few weeks old, Tina contracted meningitis, a life-threatening illness she fortunately survived. Her parents encouraged her natural musical ability and enrolled her at a stage school, where she received early training in singing and performance. By the age of 14, Tina was already working professionally. Her confident voice and reliability earned her early work in television commercials, radio jingles, and live variety shows around London. In 1969, at only 15 years old, Tina signed a deal with CBS Records. Her debut single, Nothing in the World, was produced by Alan Hawkshaw and featured a then-unknown Elton John on piano. She followed it with In the Middle of the Day, Good to Be Alive, and Bobo's Party. Though none were major chart hits, they brought her recognition within the industry and valuable studio experience. Her television profile rose when she became the resident singer at the Empire Leicester Square, where a BBC talent scout spotted her. This led to Tina being booked for the entire first season of The Two Ronnies in 1971, performing live each week to millions of viewers, as well as scoring slots on tours by Tom Jones, Mud, and Engelbert Humperdinck. She also joined Gordon Mills' Ma'am label and released Baby Don't You Know Anymore in 1971, followed by One Broken Heart for Sale on Bell Records in 1974. During this time she sang regularly on the Top of the Pops budget albums, cutting faithful cover versions of the week's chart songs, steady work that sharpened her studio precision. Between commercial sessions, Tina sang with several short-lived bands. She joined the female pop trio Wild Honey, performing harmonies and developing her range through constant gigging. She then fronted Northern Lights, an unrecorded group that included musician Martin J. The pair later formed Airbus, releasing the single By Love in 1975. The DJs soon flipped the record to play its B-side, a driving disco track called I'm on Fire. The reaction was immediate. When reissued under a new group name, 5000 Volts, the song exploded internationally, reaching number 4 in the UK and entering the top 30 in the US. During these same months, Tina was also providing backing vocals on other major recordings, including Steve Harley and Cockney Rebels' hit song, Make Me Smile, in 1975. By then, she was one of London's busiest and most reliable session singers. Although officially credited to the band 5000 Volts, it was Tina Charles's unmistakable voice that carried I'm on Fire. Owing to contractual complications though, she wasn't publicly acknowledged at first, but industry insiders and fans quickly learned who the true vocalist was. The success gave her international exposure. She promoted the song across Europe, even famously touring radio stations atop a fire engine, playing on the fire theme that connected her hits, I'm on Fire, and You Set My Heart on Fire. Despite the momentum, Tina soon left the group to focus on a solo career, a move that would define the rest of her life. After leaving 5000 Volts, Tina was introduced by singer Lee Vanderbilt to producer Biddu Appiah, whose recent hit Kung Fu Fighting had made him one of Britain's hottest producers. Their first single together, You Set My Heart on Fire, was a moderate success and prepared the way for a follow-up that would change everything. In February 1976, I Love to Love was released. Written by Jack Robinson and James Bolden, and recorded with Biddu's regular studio band, Richie Close on keyboards, Clive Allen on guitar, Des Brown on bass, and Tom Daly on percussion, the single went straight to number 1 on the UK singles chart, where it stayed for 3 weeks. It topped charts worldwide, including Ireland, France, the Netherlands, Sweden, Portugal, Spain and Australia, and sold over 200,000 copies in Canada, earning Tina the 1976 Juno Award for Best-Selling International Single. The album I Love to Love followed in March 1976, and Tina suddenly found herself performing non-stop on television and touring worldwide. Her second album, Dance Little Lady, arrived later that same year, spawning further hits, Dance Little Lady Dance, and Dr. Love. She spent a remarkable 42 weeks on the UK chart that year. Her live band included future Buggles members Trevor Horn, whom she briefly dated, Bruce Woolley, and Jeff Downes, musicians who would go on to define 1980s pop production. Tina's third album, Heart and Soul, in 1977, produced several UK hits including Rendezvous, Lovebug, and her cover of Sweets for My Sweet. The following year she recorded a lively rendition of I'll Go Where Your Music Takes Me. In 1978, she represented Britain at the World Popular Song Festival in Tokyo, performing Love Rocks, which earned a joint first-place award. By this point Tina Charles was a recognised international star, the UK's first true female disco export and one of the genre's defining voices. As the disco backlash began in the early 1980s, Tina's chart fortunes declined. Her fourth album, Just One Smile, in 1980, explored a mix of standards and new wave-influenced material but met limited success. Having worked relentlessly through the decade, she chose to slow down. In June 1977 she had given birth to her son Max, and by the early 1980s decided to focus on raising him while continuing occasional studio work and commercial jingles. On a personal note, Tina married Bernard Webb in the late 1970s, with whom she had her son Max. Later, in 1993, she married Tetu Hassan, and the couple lived in Caterham, Surrey, until Tetu's passing from cancer in 2013. In 2015, Tina married David Fancourt, and the pair remain based in Surrey. Now a grandmother to 3 grandsons, all through her son Max, who runs a successful international youth rugby company. The first sign of revival came in 1985, when Sanny X remixed I Love to Love for clubs, reintroducing Tina's name to a new generation. In 2000, she collaborated again with Sanny X on Higher, which reached the top 5 on the US Billboard Dance Chart. She continued recording with respected producers, including Ian Levine, on the 2007 collection Disco 2008, and later worked with Motown legend Lamont Dozier, who wrote the song I Feel It Slipping Away for her. In 2008, she released her 5th solo album Listen to the Music, retitled Feels Like Sunday in Europe. It featured fresh recordings of classic songs such as Dizzy and Listen to the Music. By 2011, Tina had signed with Carl Cox's PMG music label, releasing the single Your Love Is My Light. She also toured briefly with a reunited 5000 Volts, performing across Europe to enthusiastic audiences. Tina Charles's influence extends beyond her own recordings. Her disco style inspired numerous later artists, even ABBA cited her as an influence on their 2021 single Don't Shut Me Down. Her catalogue has continued to be reissued. In April 2024, the Cherry Pop label released the CBS years 1975 to 1980, compiling all 4 of her original albums with bonus material. She remains active in music, occasionally performing at retro festivals and recording projects. In interviews, Tina has said she is proud to still be associated with I Love to Love, acknowledging that it will likely remain her musical signature forever. And there you have it. From her rise from London studios to international fame, Tina Charles is still loved by fans worldwide, and keeping the spirit of 1970s music alive today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Take care and bye for now.